finest. Drug dealer dream, red jag rim shining. 4 shooters riding in the trucks right behind.
What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist Schooner while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen, hit the subscribe button, alright? Subscribe to my channel, join this Fist Schooner army, and get Fist Schooner tough. When you done subbing my channel, go ahead, follow me on Twitter at Bully Fist. You understand? At Bully Fist on Twitter. I'm almost at 1,000. I can taste it. You understand me? I can taste that 1,000 followers, man. So go ahead, follow me on Twitter at Bully Fist. Now that my plugs is out the way, once again, congratulations to Brian Daboll. Now, before I talk about what Colin Cowhers said, I want to make myself abundantly clear. I'm going to say this in plain English so everybody understands it. I am not going to root against my damn team. It is as simple as that. I am not going to root against my team. Just because I wanted Brian Flores or Byron Leftwich, mainly Byron Leftwich, just because I wanted a different coach other than Brian Daboll, I'm supposed to what? Now I'm supposed to root against Brian Daboll so I can be right? So I'm supposed to root against my own favorite team so I can be right about a head coaching candidate. How stupid do some of y'all in my comment section sound? You sound stupid. That's the kind of IQ, that's the kind of energy I don't want on my platform. This is a free country. If you don't like the fact that I'm about to support Brian Daboll because he's the head coach of my team, get the fuck off my channel. This is the same energy that makes Giants fans root against Daniel Jones. You know how many Giants fans out there hate Daniel Jones and root against Daniel Jones just so they can be right about their draft night anger, their draft night rant videos, their draft night Twitter meltdowns? They want Daniel Jones to fail so they can be right. Fist Vegas don't work like that. I don't care who my team picks up. I don't care what my team does. I'm going to root for them, and I want to see them win by any means necessary. So this whole Fist Vegas flip-flopped on about Daniel Jones because he wanted Deshaun Watson, or Fist Vegas flip-flopped about Brian Daboll because he wanted Flores or whatever. Get over it. I said what I said. I asked for something for Christmas. I asked for an Xbox on Christmas. Daddy got me a PlayStation. I said, Dad, can I get NBA 2K? He bought me Madden instead. What, I'm supposed to not play my PlayStation and Madden because I wanted an Xbox and 2K? I will punch you if I was in front of you right now. You understand? I wanted Deshaun Watson. It ain't happening. I wanted Brian Flores or Byron Leftwich. It ain't happening. That's life. It's time to move on and accept what we have and give him our support. I'm not going to be I'm not a negative person. I'm going to preach nothing but hope and prosperity for this Giants going into the 2022 season. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out my shit. Now, with that being said, Colin Cowhers, I got a bone to pick with you, man. You're one of my favorite media personalities, or should I say sports talking head. I love Colin Cowherd, and I study him. I love his storytelling. I love how he operates. I can't. He's one of the guys I look up to in this business. I really love Colin Cowherd. But what Colin Cowherd said about Daniel Jones was wrong. It's wrong. Nobody gives Daniel Jones the credit he deserves. And once again, I'm going to alienate Giants fans because I'm a Daniel Jones supporter. Is Daniel Jones Patrick Mahomes? No. Is he Deshaun Watson at this point in time? No. But what Daniel Jones has is potential to be that. Daniel Jones has shown flashes. Daniel Jones, for a crappy organization that has failed him, literally has done everything to screw this kid up. See the quote from John Mara, he admitted it. Has still managed to go out there and make us competitive. He's had 400-yard, 10-point come-behind wins in New Orleans. He's had an 18-point comeback win at Tampa Bay. He's thrown for 5 touchdowns in an overtime win against Washington. He's done things. He has a ceiling. Daniel Jones has a high ceiling. Now, we hire Brian Daboll so we could bring that out of him. So when Colin Cowhers says the best Brian Daboll can do is make Daniel Jones the best Daniel Jones, and that's not good enough, newsflash. If Daniel Jones' neck is okay, and Brian Daboll can make Daniel Jones into the best version of Daniel Jones, we got Josh Allen. He may not have the arm that Josh Allen has, but he can do everything Josh Allen does. The running, he can make all the same throws. Just because they don't look like a missile getting to the player doesn't mean it's not accurate. Tom Brady doesn't have Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes' arm, but the ball gets there. Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, y'all. I know y'all don't see it because y'all hate Daniel Jones for reasons that 3 years later, I don't even understand why y'all hate Daniel Jones. He's done nothing to y'all. He's done nothing out there but put his fucking body on the line and get beaten, battered, and bruised week in and week out. And he still goes out there injured and fights for the team. This guy, what's my nigga name? Lamar Jackson. This dude Lamar Jackson has a high ankle sprain. It misses the last, month and a half of the season. Daniel Jones had a high ankle sprain and a bad calf and still played 2 weeks later, last Joe Judge's rookie year. He still went out there and played. He still beat the Cowboys week 17. I mean, Daniel Jones has potential. And we don't need Russell Wilson. Colin Cowhers says that the Giants need to trade for Russell Wilson. And if they don't trade for Russell Wilson, they need to trade their next 10 drafts to get Russell Wilson. I got news for you. At this point in their careers, I'd take my chances with Daniel Jones. I will take my chances with Daniel Jones rather than have Russell Wilson. Sorry. Deshaun Watson? Sure. You want to trade a bunch of picks for Deshaun? I'm with it. I'm still with it. But when it comes to freaking Russell Wilson, who's 34 years old and couldn't win in Seattle last year, nah, I'll pass. Y'all act like Seattle wasn't competing for that second wild card spot. Didn't Russell Wilson get shut out in Green Bay when he came back off an injury? Didn't Russell Wilson lose to Nick Foles? Y'all act like the Seahawks couldn't have made that second wild card spot. They could have made it, but he ain't put no work in. So it is what it is. And as far as Brian Daboll and Joe Shane losing their jobs over Daniel Jones, listen. That very well may be true. Most of the time, that's true. When your quarterback doesn't perform, you lose your job. Hence, Joe Judge. Joe Judge can never get the offense right. He got fired. This is New York. In New York, you could be Joe Judge and be ready to run for mayor one year, and then the next year be the most hated guy on the planet over a third and 9 QB sneak. That's New York. 1 minute they love you, the next minute they hate you, and they love you again. That's New York. But the fact is, Joe Shane and Brian Daboll are going to get the best out of Daniel Jones, and it's not about Daniel Jones. Every Giants fan listening to this video knows he's going to get the best out of Saquon Barkley. He's going to get the best out of Kenny Galladay. He's going to get the best out of Kadarius Toney. Everybody wants to point the finger at number 8, but maybe number 8 would look better if Galladay was better, if Toney was on the field, if Saquon could actually do something for fucking once. Maybe he would look a little better. That's what Brian Daboll's here to do, to get this offense working like a well-oiled machine so the players we have can live up to their potential. It's not just about Daniel Jones. It's about 26. It's about 19. Okay? It's about our 2 best players besides Daniel Jones on the offense. So Colin Cowherd can miss me with this whole Brian Daboll and Joe Shane can't succeed because Daniel Jones is their quarterback. Bullshit. And we don't need Russell Wilson, Colin. That's your boy. That's your guy from your hometown of Seattle. We don't need him. Deshaun is one thing because he's 26. You want to trade the world for Deshaun? Okay. If the Giants trade a first-round pick for Russell Wilson, we're storming MetLife. Okay? I'm letting you know now. We're storming MetLife. I'd much rather have Linderbaum. I'd much rather have a Thibodeau. There's way better players other than Russell Wilson that we could take with the 5th or the 7th pick. And that's just that. So I ain't got nothing else to say. I will see y'all tomorrow for my Brian Daboll interview reaction, okay? Depending on how long it is, I'll react to it live. If not, I'll just drop an instrumental and talk to y'all about it. We'll see what happens. But that's it, that's all. Subscribe to the unit if you're rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I'll approve this message.